So Kevin, a disappointing 3-2 loss here for us today in Livingston. What was your take in that match?
The old cliche game of two halves comes first and foremost. We've started the game brightly, which is exactly what we asked the players to do, and something that we hadn't been doing the last 2-3 games. Scored 2 great goals, and we were. I would like to, certainly in my view, we were in the ascendancy at that point. Livingston started to find a wee bit of joy in the flank areas, and we just weren't good enough at stopping those crosses. There wasn't an awful lot of cleaner cut chances for Livingston in that first half, but the ones that they did create, they finished well, and lo and behold, we found ourselves pegged back to 2-2 at the break. We tweaked a couple of things at half time to try and nullify Livingston a wee bit, but they certainly had their tails up at the start of the second half. But that's not to say that we weren't part of the match in an attacking sense. It was a contest. There was chances at both ends. The difference for us, sadly, is that Livingston took their chances, whereas we possibly squandered ours. Bobby's done well to multiple save on the penalty, which he's done really well with, and then obviously it slipped out our fingers on a cross for the corner. So what we've said to the players is that football's a strange mistress sometimes. When things don't go for you, they don't go for you. You can make your own luck to a certain point, but when we look back on the game and look at some of the factors that maybe weren't in our control, a lot of them have landed on the side of Livingston, and that's not to give to take away from Livingston, who did well as well. It was a very entertaining game, but from our side, I've seen us play an awful lot worse and win games. So to come away without anything today is really sore, and the players are hurt.
Is there anything you'd like to have seen us done maybe differently, especially in the start of that second half, to try and get the game in the same way we started the match?
Yeah, I mean it's difficult sometimes. The half-time break can sometimes bring you out on a crest, and we've had weeks where that's happened. But equally so, sometimes it can stick you on the back foot as well. Livingston did have a good spell at the start of that second half, and we were hemmed in, just as we probably hemmed Livingston in a bit at the start of the first half. So, from that point of view, yeah, it's something that we need to do better, but, it's just the way football lands sometimes, unfortunately.
And what do you say to the players this week going into training ahead of the Queen's Park match week on Wednesday?
Yeah, I mean, at full time there's, I could hear a pin drop in the dressing room. They're hurting, they're sore. They're realising that how harsh football can be sometimes, and being able to deal with that and react to that in the correct manner is a skill in itself. We emphasise to them, we want them to continue doing the right things, and don't get, make no bones about it, out there today there was a lot of things that were extremely well done, a lot of the right things, some great decisions, and we never ever want them to discourage them from doing that. Not every single thing that they try is going to come off as a success, but they continue to try and try and try, and we most certainly saw an improvement in the physical side of the game today. Some very well executed and strong challenges for the ball out there as well, which was something that we did need to improve on from the previous games. So we've just continued to emphasise to the players that they are a good group of individuals. They are all talented individuals, and they are a very, very good team. It's now over to them how they deal with that between now and when we see them next in training on Tuesday.